We ain't friends. Cute. Now, if you don't want to listen to what I got to say, I don't have to listen to what you got to say. It's called quality. Now, there is a feller that I know from Boulder, Colorado. Obviously, there's videos on my YouTube account called Smoky Rebel. Now, this guy, he's got a brand new account just made a week ago. Got lots of Predators accounts like that. I've got plenty of accounts that were made by people pretending to be people I know. I get a hold of those people later on. They're like, "Oh, dude, I got one account. I've had the same account since 2016 or 2014 or whatever." Like, all right, dude. When I was at Mandy Singer's in McCook, Nebraska. Yeah, screw it. We'll stick with Smoky Rebel, won't we? Where do I know him from? Boulder, Colorado. What did he do? He crushed real hard on Arabella Cleveland, who went to September school, which is like the rich person's poor kid school. It's like a rich person's version of special ed. Kind of like Naropa University. Matter of fact, a lot of the people who go to September school end up graduating to go to Naropa University. It's a hippie college. Anyway, that's where Nicole Gerald went as well. Now, Smoky Rebel is one of many people who didn't find out what was going on, didn't care. One of these people who, for the last 6 years, just pretends I don't exist. In short, one of the people that I speak out about, that ain't a friend. That ain't a friend at all. And yeah, I speak up about that. I ain't no slouch. So there's a woman who got on here and she wanted to type something nice at me. On her guesstimation anyway. Of course, someone making a Smoky Rebel account gets on. "Oh, he ain't no victim. Ask anyone that knows him." How about look at the evidence? How about look at the evidence? Wouldn't that be a good start? I've been posting it up for years, and then of course people are like, "Oh, why don't you show me the evidence?" Okay. I've been posting it up for years now. I just got to go back through and find it and send it to you. "Man, you sent way too much." I didn't hardly send you nothing. I've been through 6 years of this. Most of these people I knew because they were drug dealers or drug addicts, and I helped them out. Or because they were homeless, and I helped them out. How many times did I help Miss Jerry Sparks move? 7 times out of abusive places. You went to 3 of them more than once. If it's that abusive, why are you going back? So here's the thing with Smoky Rebel. Just like the rest of my friends, I told them, hey, be a friend or go away. Don't BS me. Don't do it. Now, if you want to block me, that's your decision. Keep in mind, I can block you too. It's called equality. Doesn't feel good. Also, keep in mind, I tried my best to be as diplomatic as I could about the situation. You tried to ignore me and now you want to slander me. Cute. Come play, son. What were you doing in Boulder, Colorado? selling drugs and chasing underage vagina. I don't think anybody in their right mind. No, actually, we should listen to you, Smoky. You were pretty young when you showed up. You were still young enough that it was not illegal for you to talk to those girls or hang out with those girls or try to have other type relationships with them. You were like, what, 19 when Arabella was 16? Why did I tolerate Arabella? Why did I tolerate Arabella Cleveland? Well, there was only one place where I did tolerate Arabella Cleveland. Starbucks. Now, when she became an adult, and see, Smokey had a big old man crush on her. But she was wanting to hang out with my older brother Rabbit, right? And of course, my older brother Rabbit's telling me about her all the time. Like, dude, she's driving me nuts, you know. I just wish she'd drop her panties and let me fucking fuck her and get out of my life. Man, Eric, you know, that's sick. He smiled when I told him that. Wouldn't he? Yeah, of course he would. He's my older brother. So here's the thing. All these people who got all this time in the world, they really do. 6 years is a long time. A long time. And in that time, you either show that you're a friend or you show that you're not. Smokey's time ran out. If you can't even have a conversation with me like I'm a human being, if you can't listen to a thing that I have to say, I am under no obligation to listen to anything that you have to say. We can both block each other on the internet, and we can both talk about each other on the internet. Because obviously, trying to call and talk to me as if I were a human being is not something that you are capable of as such a selfish human being. On my channel, I speak out about sexism. Sexism like that from you. If I was a woman you thought you could get some nookie from, you'd be all over this story. You'd have listened from day one. If I'd have been Arabella Cleveland, and you'd have thought I'd have just fucking plopped and dropped it for you, giving up the goodies, because we all know here in America, you know, there's a lot of stuff that is messed up. Like, there's a lot of women that I helped to move out of abusive relationships that thought or expected that I'm supposed to accept sexual favors as a thank you. No, I didn't do it for those favors. I don't want those favors. I want you and your kids to be safe, which obviously has never been a concern of any one of these people. When I say that druggies, drug addicts, people like that, they're the only ones that accept us, it's because they're the ones on the fringes of your society. When you see somebody with Tourette's, you treat them like they're a druggie. So who is it that is going to understand that? A druggie. Or other people that are victimized to that point and the only friends that they have are druggies. You're not popular, you're not cool, the cool kids aren't going to hang out with you. Hell, some of your friends might be hanging out with you just because, well, they're a better coke hookup than what your mom's got. Like, all right, you're not really here to see me. You're obviously going to hang out with my mom. Yeah, don't pretend to be my friend. And that's the thing with Smoky. His time was up. His time to show that he was actually a friend. His time to actually make an effort is up. I tried diplomacy. I tried reaching out. But he couldn't do one simple thing. Call me and listen. Talk to me like I'm a human being. Take the humanity out of everything. There's a reason that there's so many people on my YouTube channel who are angry with me. They're angry with me because of things that they did. They allowed me to be harmed repeatedly over things they knew to be lies. And then when I showed that, they want to play victim. Oh, they can't work together before that, can they? They're too busy telling me about all these people threatening to kill them. And if there's somebody I send their way that hopefully they'll work together with, instead those people are going to be threatening each other and threatening each other's lives and threatening each other's children's. But then when they both been exposed on my YouTube channel for, instead of helping, they're threatening to kill people, well, they'll work together then. It's because they got busted doing things that weren't just wrong morally. These things are predatory legally, especially against an at-risk adult. Now, I deleted his comment. I figure I'd be nice and just do that after taking a screenshot, of course. Always save the evidence, but who does it go to? Am I going to try to make an account to get a hold of Smoky Rebel and ask if he's the one that made that account here on YouTube? No. He doesn't matter. I didn't matter to him. What I had to say didn't matter to him. What I am going through didn't matter to him. What he has to say, therefore, should not matter to me. Simple question. It's always such a simple question. Did I reach out to you for help? Did I? You want to argue and tell me about things that you know don't do squat. Oh, I told a guy in prison about you. And? What's your point? You told a guy in prison about me. Okay. And? You think that's speaking out? Do you think that's helping a friend? Do you think that's getting informed? That's the thing. Smoky Rebel wanted to get on. Somebody with a Smoky Rebel account anyway. Said 12 minutes ago. Now, what are the preventative measures that it has on this here paperwork? Friends and family, right? Wasn't he trying to pretend he was my friend? He wasn't. Obviously. I only existed before my back hurt. Before my back was injured, I was everybody's go-to guy for everything. From babysitting to fixing their front porch. That goes for Arabella Cleveland. That goes for Smoky Rebel. You want to pretend I'm a bad person because I have been speaking out about abuse for 6 years, trying to get help for 6 years, trying to get someone to take a look other than pretend. Instead, these folks are predatory towards me. And then instead of listening to my side of the story, you want to pass judgment, which is cute, but inaccurate. Did you try to see me at all? Right here. Says right there about how abuse can be prevented. Now, the hospital stupidly gave me the wrong paperwork. It does fall under the elder abuse laws. However, it says try to see the person. If you are a friend or family member, you should try to see the person regularly. Frequent visits will help you determine if the person shows sign of abuse or neglect. You're busy ignoring me. Going out of your way to ignore me, dude. That's exactly the opposite. Let's go to the next one. Get to know the staff who are taking care of the person. You know a lot of these predators, dummies. You know a lot of them in person. Matter of fact, we've chatted about many of them in our Facebook Messenger. By the way, because of its obviously evidence that I did try these things, it's illegal for you to destroy that or remove it. So remember that, Smoky. It says, express any concerns you may have right away. Keep notes of the conversations. Yeah. A lot of people, they thought, oh, well, you know, I'll just destroy this little piece or just destroy that little piece. I didn't just take notes. I took screenshots and recorded conversations. Yeah. Maybe you should think about that before going to head. You want to do what now, Smokey? You want to play victim because I told the truth? You want to pretend that I'm a bad person for being honest about you? Or Arabella Cleveland? Yeah, dude, nobody likes it when I'm honest about them, do you? Do you like that? Do you like that? I could say some good things that you did, because you did do some good things, but for the most part, you were just like Peer. It was about talking philosophy, but being the opposite. Smoky Rebel. If you, the real Smoky Rebel, who brought in the heroin into Boulder, Colorado in 2003, you ought to know this one. Alright, let's see, what else does it say on this piece of paper? Take pictures if there are signs of abuse or poor health standards. Dude, you won't even look. Next one, offer to accompany the person to medical appointments, financial institutions, and other important meetings. If you're not able to do those things, I understand. I can understand you being hundreds of miles away. I understand that Florida is a long ways from Oregon. It's thousands of miles away. I understand you not being able to be there in person. It's you not caring that is the problem. You got outed because you had a chance to be a friend or to go away. It's too bad it took you so long to go away, isn't it? I don't owe it to you to take your abuse, and if you won't hear me, I don't have to hear you. That's the great thing about this. You and I could have talked to each other like human beings. If we were friends, that would not have been a problem. Smoky Rebel, I already know you friends with a lot of my predators. I already know you was trying to schmooze up on Natalie and Alicia Bollinger. I already know that you was dealing drugs with Maddie Boa. Why do you think I came to you, Smoky? That's right. Because you were a part of the situation. You know the people in the situation. And you know I tell the truth. But now that you outed, you're going to play whatever you can so people won't listen to me. Unfortunately, it's already up, bud. Everything that you do from here on in is just digging yourself a bigger hole. You made your bed, now sleep in it. I fess up to everything I do. That's right. I'm the only person I know who does. Smoky Rebel knows a lot of my predators. I was there when he and many of those predators had repeated fallings out. Now, after all their fallings out, why did they continue to be friends after that? Well, they'd be friends and then not friends, and then friends and then not friends, because it was all over drugs. Drug sales, drug use, and everything that goes along with it. When I'm talking about the predators that them little girls hung out with, Smoky Rebel ain't much different. He was down there chasing them little girls for the same thing. Now here's the thing about Smoky Rebel when he was down there. When he was down there, he was 19. Alright, he was a legal adult. He could hang out with me. He was an adult. Just like Natalie Bollinger. When her and I hung out, she was an adult. When Smoky Rebel was trying to hit that, she was either 13 or 14, according to Natalie. But drugs, right? Yeah, Smoky, you can ask anybody who knows me. Anything that you want. A lot of people say, you gotta earn my respect. Well, you know what? You earn my disrespect. Everybody gets respect. It is my disrespect that they've earned. And if you look the other way, you have earned my disrespect. You are exactly what's wrong with the world. On the bright side, I can rest assured knowing that for 6 years I did try. For 6 years I made effort after effort after effort. I did make actual effort. For 6 years. It's a long time. Smoky Rebel can be as angry as he wants now. He had every opportunity to come forward and tell the truth himself. There's a lot of people that wanted to type stuff that later on wanted to get rid of it. That way, Sean Schwartz won't have any proof that they said it. Well, it has this little thing now that says that the message was retracted, which means that there is evidence that you got rid of something there. There's also the fact I already took the screenshots. I already took them. So not only can I still show the evidence that I was telling the truth, But now you just proved that you're trying to hide those things. A lot of people have done that. There's a lot of people also who didn't bother to listen to my videos, didn't bother to listen to me way back when this first started. They just simply didn't care. Smoky Rebel is a vindictive animal, though. Let's see how he plays it. A lot of people, they have to rely on hoping that their word of mouth is enough to keep people from getting on my YouTube channel and looking up names like Miss Beaches, Kayla Trujillo. Plenty of conversations with her. There's conversations with George Helmstetter. Hey, you know him, Smoky Rebel. All you meth dealers knew each other. Every one of you. You said you only messed around with pot, but reality is you also messed around with alcohol, mushrooms, and pretty much anything you thought would get you laid. I just needed you to tell the truth about some very specific situations. I needed you to either be a friend or go away. Not blow smoke up my rear end. See, here's the thing. There's the paperwork here. Here it is. What the paperwork says to do. This stuff right here. This is what I need help with. This is what it says. How to prevent it. Starts off very beginning, friends or family members. Are you that friend? No, you're not. You've always got some excuse. But if you're not coming forward with that, it's just an excuse. Kind of like if you and your friend carpool to work and your tire blows, right? He works in a different department than you. Now, lucky for you, you get a good boss. He understands your tire popped on the way to work and you needed to change it. But your coworker, who was carpooling with you, and it was your turn to drive this week, his boss fires him because he's late. You're just making excuses. No, I was really with this guy. His tire really did blow. And you're wondering to yourself why it is that you're having to go to work and you're having to drive with another person because you don't have enough to go yourself every single day. You have to rely on 1 week for paying your gas and all that stuff, and then 1 week carpooling with somebody else. It's basically what it amounts to. One thing about predators is that they will prey heavily on a trauma reaction and pretend like you're the villain because you're experiencing a trauma reaction from abuse. And that includes the slander. Now, each and every person that I went to for help that I knew in real life, it's because there was something that they knew. Every one of them, as far as this situation goes, every single one of them. There was some piece of slander that I was being abused over that they can show is BS. It's not that I didn't try to get help, it's that I have a penis. I don't have one by choice. And yeah, I get that I haven't chosen to remove it myself. But I've also said many times, if you'll pay to have it removed, I'm fine with that. I don't need it. I don't use it. It's for peeing. Ooh. Now, of course, I needed Smoky Rebel to be honest about situations that he was a part of. And I needed him to be an actual friend instead of BSing me. If you're not going to be an actual friend, I don't mind getting rid of you. Matty Bowe was not an actual friend. Alicia Bollinger was not an actual friend. I was an actual friend. When people needed help, I helped them because they needed it. I did the things on that piece of paper for many other human beings who would never in a million years ever do such a thing for me. I stuck up for people who would be dead if I hadn't been honest about the situation. There are people who would be dead if I didn't give them blankets. That includes Smoky Rebel. Be as angry as you want that I told the truth. You have a heyday with that. It's not going to stop me. 7 years of this, bud. 7 years of so-called friends looking the other way. And then when I let them know it's time to go, you either tell the truth or you leave. You either be a friend or you go away. And then you want to be angry, you go ahead and be angry. I was thinking about reparking, but I was able to pull forward enough, I guess, that I don't have to open my door into those 3 yellow poles. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to hopefully panhandle up enough for coffee. Hopefully I'll have enough time there in the Starbucks that I'll be able to get something done. Hopefully I don't run out of gas trying to stay warm tonight. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper, and no victim left behind. Not even if they're sober. Not even if they're male. Not even if they're old. Not even if they're homeless.